Bryce with the OH Report, and we are coming to you live from Centerburg High School on neutral ground for both of these teams. Danville Blue Devils taking on the Fisher Catholic Irish in the district semifinals here in the Division 4 Central 1 region of the bracket. Join us for the pregame show. I've got Brian Skowronski on color commentary with me tonight. We've got a good one coming your way. Coming up next.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
We own 42 acres. I love open farmland. But I know that Mount Vernon's ready to change. I think our country is ready for more electricity.
And they're furnishing the bill. And plus they're paying us to do it.
The county's going to get some funds, fire departments into the school system.
We'd be making a mistake if we don't take advantage of this.
So it's a win-win for Mount Vernon.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
Bryce Coder with the OH Report, joining you live for the Hangout pregame show. I'm Bryce Coder, joined with the man himself, Brian Skowronski, on color commentary. How you doing, Brian?
I'm very excited to provide color. I've only done it, I think, 2 other times this year, and I was running camera at the same time. So to actually focus, I got a bunch of notes here that I can't wait to just feed to the rest of the world. This is going to be a fun game, and I think a good competition between 2 really good teams.
And I know you're a knowledge sponge, so I definitely believe you. I'm sure the fans are in for it tonight with everything you got for them.
I've been diving deep inside the numbers today, Bryce, so I'm ready, buddy.
Let's take a look at Danville Blue Devils, a team that's pretty familiar to us this season. They have been stellar with that guard duo of Ella Proper and Kylie Hess this season. They have a team point per game average of 52.7 with only 47.5 points against, 28.5 rebounds per game, so strong in that category as well. With 12 steals, they're creating turnover opportunities, 44% field goal percentage from the field and get this 30% three-point percentage for the team.
Yeah, this is the team that when they're really knocking them down from long range, they're a dangerous squad. They've got very feisty, active guards up on the top that can take you off the bounce. 2 top scorers, as you mentioned, 2 double-digit scores, and some first-team All-K-Mac kids that I think are really going to try to put on a show tonight in Proper and Hess.
Now let's take a look at our player spotlight for tonight, and of course, it had to be one of the two, and tonight it's Kylie Hess. 11 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, very active there, and 3.8 assists per game. She's just able to contribute in every way you could think of, able to shoot the ball, but she loves taking advantage of those driving lanes if they give her the opportunity to do so.
She's got unbelievable footwork. I think it's best showcased when she's in the open court. She can Euro step right around people. She's got those lanky, spider-like legs. So Kylie Hess, she's one of those players when she's out and running, she is at her best.
Now let's take a look at the keys to victory for the Danville Blue Devils tonight. They need to keep the posts out. I mean, Ellie Bruce, District 11 Player of the Year. She's 6'2". She averages almost 9 rebounds a game. They're going to have to box out hard. Top-notch rebounding as well. It's going to be coming down to post play, I think.
Yeah, no question. They're definitely outsized tonight, is Danville. That doesn't mean that they can't win in the interior in terms of rebounding. You got to get some healthy box outs and look to get in transition off of that.
That sounds like we will pause for national anthem. And the national anthem. Now let's jump right into the home team spotlight for Fisher Catholic. And they have been on a roll this season, outright winning that Mid-State League 13-0, just really dominating that conference this season. They have 58.6 team points per game, 27.5 rebounds per game, 16.3 assists per game, 14 steals per game, so topping Danville even in that regard, and 45% from the field. So they can shoot the ball. They know exactly where they want to shoot the ball inside that 10-foot range, and they're successful in doing so.
Yeah, no question, especially with the height advantage that they're going to have over most opponents that they face on the season. And for them, it's certainly been maybe one of the hottest teams that you have in Division IV. They've won 14 of their last 15, Bryce. Their only loss at Notre Dame Academy. So obviously, as a team that's no slouch, this is a squad that's been battle-tested, and to come unscathed out of that conference they play in lets you know these kids are for real.
Tough team. Now let's take a look at team spotlight for Fisher Catholic, and of course it's Ellie Bruce with 17.3 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, and get this, 3 triple doubles this season. She's a 6'2" center, senior at that, so big future for her, but going to be a huge factor in tonight's game, I think.
Yeah, the triple-double means that she's not just scoring and rebounding. She does everything well. So this is a girl, they're going to try to get her the ball down on the block. She also has some decent handles from what I saw here in the pregame. So she's a versatile weapon that is probably going to get a ton of touches as the night progresses.
Now let's take a look at the keys to victory for Fisher Catholic. They need to seal those driving lanes. I mean, Danville loves to shoot the ball, but they love to get it inside even more. When they have those driving lanes available to them, they definitely take advantage of them. Like you were saying, Kylie Hess on that Euro step is so deadly on those layups and close out the shooters. Of course, they can shoot the ball. They're shooting almost, I think, 30% as a team from the three-point line, so deadly. And, I mean, the three-pointers have been able to turn the tides of games for them this season. It's really been the story of this team.
If Danville shoots the ball well from long range, they're going to more than hang around in this game. So I think that that's a great key to the victory here tonight. Try to run them off of that three-point line, force the dribble drive. The Devils are capable, but if they're knocking down long-range bombs, obviously that bodes very well for them.
That was the Hangout pregame show, and now we'll get a look at starters being introduced for both sides.
Yeah, and for Danville tonight, we're looking at Kylie Hess, of course. She's got broken Stotts with her. I mean, this is a veteran lineup, a lot of seniors out there. Grace Gronberg, Ella Proper, and Smith. So you're talking about 5 12th graders out there. This is a team that they've been playing together for a long time and playing for one another. I think that's what's most important at the high school game. These are your day ones, kids that you grew up with, playing out at the park, late nights, that type of thing. So I think this is a special group for Danville. They've probably been looking forward to this season for a while, and they're going to be up against it. The Irish are going to have a more talented squad, but that doesn't mean that they're going to have more fight, more drive, more passion. I think that's what you're going to see from the Devils here tonight, not wanting their season to end at all costs.
And I think that is a great point. Something to be said about these small schools is these kids have grown up together. The level of comfort that they have is just distinct from something that you see at like a larger school. They've known each other. They know each other's families. They know what each other's houses look like from the inside. And that makes a huge difference coming into these games.
Also a very veteran lineup over here that you're seeing being announced now. Sydney Ellis, Vonnie Bethel, Charlie Gillum, Jada Dixon, and Ellie Bruce, 4 seniors and a junior. So if you're not thinking there's going to be pride laid out on the floor here tonight, you are mistaken, folks. Both of these teams are going to give it everything they got right here from the opening jump, guaranteed.
Absolutely, and that's what I've loved covering the tournament games is the level of intensity that these teams are bringing is just unmatched compared to the regular season.
Big height advantage, of course, here on the tip. So you would imagine this is going to belong to Fisher Catholic and probably has all season.
Ellie Bruce wins that tip over Grace Gronberg.
And right away they're going to get a clean shot from the corner. Missed everything, though.
Charlie Gillum offline on that one, and an early jump ball sends it the way of Danville.
Got a 2-2-1 zone, full court pressure. Danville does a nice job breaking it with no dribbles.
Pass just a bit behind Hess, couldn't hold on to it. Early turnover. I guess if there was a weak point on this Danville squad, it would be the turnovers. They are susceptible to maybe lazy skip passes from time to time. That has hurt them, but I think they've cleaned it up in the last few games especially.
As Hess misses her first triple try and still sitting scoreless here a minute in. Both teams still a filling out process, but you know this is always money in the bank. Great look and a chance for second chance points.
Offline, that was Sydney Ellis falling away, and she puts it off the defender out of bounds. They'll hold on to possession.
Another three. This time bottoms up. So you can tell this team, they're not shy from shooting it from the land of three either.
Perfectly in rhythm for her in that shooter's pocket. A few feet outside the three-point line, gets it to go.
And that one not even close. It looked like a giraffe came through or something.
Behind the backboard there. So a lot of space they're giving them, packing it in.
Yeah, you can tell that was a point of emphasis of course, for Coach Proper is they don't want to get beat in the lane. They are giving wide open looks from beyond the arc, and Fisher Catholic's converted on 1 of 3 so far.
Get it inside and send it right back out. Proper in rhythm this time. Just rims out, but a turnover. Hess falling away with the right hand. Thought she was fouled, didn't get it. Pounds it inside. Bruce. Offline. Danville with the rebound.
And Danville so far, they're just walling up. Don't feel like they have to send a double team just yet at Bruce. Has yet to score, so her confidence not quite brimming. Danville, though, got to try to get something going here at the offensive end.
And tipped. The steal pushing the floor with tempo. Has trouble with the rebound, but corrals it. Sends it around the three-point line. And a 3-ball from Jada Dixon.
Yeah, second made 3 here for Fisher Catholic. That's a big shot right there, extending the lead. And for Danville, they still don't look comfortable yet on this side of the ball.
Hess steps into a 14-footer, can't get it. Offensive rebound, but it gets slapped away. Vonnie Bethel feeds it into Ellie Bruce. And a timeout called.
And that's a great show right there from Ellie Bruce. Just running the floor, gets deep, right down on the block. Beautiful basketball right there in transition for Fisher Catholic.
So I would imagine in that timeout likely saying something like, you know, got to calm down, got to take a breath, but also got to put the ball in the basket. I mean, these next few possessions are really going to count, I think, towards the pace of this game.
Couple of good looks so far for Danville. I think particularly the threes that they have taken are good shots. It's just the decision-making right now. And again, it's still a filling out process here against the zone look. You got to find out where you want the action to happen from, the best spots on the floor to catch the basketball. Haven't seemed to discover either of those two things just yet. So for Danville, down by 8, you might start figuring that out pretty quick.
Yeah. One of the few times I think we've seen them held scoreless this late into the first quarter.
Yes, a team 52 points a game, Danville, and when they score 50-plus, Bryce, virtually unbeaten, 14-2 on the year. So
Wow.
if they can find some offense, they have been a handful for their opponents.
Now another air ball, having trouble finding the rim at all. Jalen Smith shot offline. Rebound goes to Bruce. And a quick three-point shot. Can't get it to go, but Danville up with the rebound.
And I didn't love that 3 in transition. I know that they've got the size inside, but you can push this thing out to a double-digit lead. Probably would want to run through a half-court set.
And that long 2-3 extended zone in the half court.
And what we haven't seen much of yet is Danville to try to slip through the gaps with the dribble. It's been all passing, trying to lob it here into the middle. Sometimes athletes just got to go make plays, and they've got some guards certainly capable.
And I think what a compliment to Ellie Bruce, how much space they're allowing her to cover in that defense is incredible. I mean, she's probably covering a good 15, 20 feet of space by herself.
Well, that's a good sign for Danville's best player, coach's kid, Ella Proper. Knock it down. You're not sitting on 0 anymore. And sometimes that's all you got to see is it to go through the bottom once, as Danville now going to adjust things defensively, half-court man-to-man. Coach Proper screaming for a 5-second call, and I think he makes a great point. Fisher Catholic turns it over anyways, their second.
So much movement going around and just some indecision, the passes behind, and a turnover.
And Danville probably more comfortable just playing half-court man-to-man defense. Sometimes if you try to be game plan specific as they turn it over at the other end, it can hurt you more than help you.
Looking inside, sends it back out in rhythm. Ruby Haggy can't get it. Rebound goes to Grace Gronberg.
With so much attention down on that block that it's going to leave clean shooters from the outside. And for Fisher Catholic, that might be their key to victory. How many can you knock down? As Proper misses his second try from about the same spot she made it last time.
And Bruce inside, missed an easy layup, throws another one over. But another offensive rebound gives the Irish a third chance at things.
What a play there by Proper, who's now going to draw the foul on the Irish. That's just fast, active hands, tough inside presence that time for Proper, ripping it away from the defense.
Kylie Hess checking back into the game, our player spotlight for the night.
Yeah, and this is the girl that I really think against this zone can be the zone buster. She shoots it well from long range, and she's not as scared to attack 2 defenders, 3 defenders. Got to start making some of those.
What I really like about that guard duo, too, and how they're played is they work really well together on the court, but they're a similar archetype, so they're almost use them interchangeably when they need rest between each other, and they just never give the defense a break.
Proper again goes down on the block, doesn't come away with the theft this time, but a foul. A little too handsy out here on the perimeter that time for Gromberg. I like the gamble, though. Proper, she's so great and active defensively. If she offers help down on the block, I think that is a pretty smart decision here for Danville defensively. How about Bruce trying a 3?
It's a good shot, too, just offline. Offensive rebound from Sydney Snoke.
Four points in the paint so far here for Fisher Catholic. Those complementing the 2 made triples so far. Devils with a chance for some second chance points. Very fast moving first quarter. Bryce already down to 50 seconds.
I know. Letting them play. Rebound, Bruce.
And just trying to read some body language here. It doesn't feel like Danville is pressing. Things definitely not going their way offensively.
Yeah.
They've got a bucket, about 10 misses, but the girls still feel like they're very much involved here. I don't see any slouching just yet. Great sign.
Perhaps the presence of Bruce being felt, even though they haven't really played into that yet. I mean, we haven't seen much drives, and any time that it's been fed into the block, it's been sent right back out.
Vonnie Bethel checking the clock, down to 20 seconds. This girl, too, a premier scorer, 17 points per game. So they've got a great 1-2 combo. 34 total points between her and Bruce.
Foul on the floor. This one goes against Kelsey Hackman.
Just the second foul on Danville, so they've got a couple more to give here. Probably not a bad play. Force them to have to inbound, recalibrate.
And quick shot, nothing doing though. So after 1 quarter of play, Fisher Catholic leading this one 10-2 over Danville after 1. Stay with us for second quarter action.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
We own 42 acres. I love open farm.
Bryce Coder and Brian Skowronski joining you for second quarter action here. Fisher Catholic taking on Danville at Centerburg High School. An early and one. The feed inside, just a bit too handsy on defense. So Bruce will go to the line for one.
Looking for her 5th point of the night. First free throw from either side, and she's able to bury it.
More of that passing action. Smith tries a three, and she gets it.
Lady Devils have been waiting for that. The shoe to drop right there. Finally able to drill one from long range, and you hope for their sake they can get a little momentum going as they force the turnover.
And that crowd awakening for Danville, that passionate Danville crowd. Seems like every single sport, they're a formidable force for opposing teams.
And I think this is the right adjustment here, too, for Danville to have Kylie Hess up top as we get a wrestling match down in the lane.
They're inside just battling for the ball, and tough to see there.
But second on Danville already, though, here just 55 seconds into the frame could be a factor.
Using that high screen from Bruce, and she crashes the boards.
And that's beautiful offense. I like that a lot because you've got your 6'2 center trailing the play to try to make some havoc, pull down an offensive rebound. Don't need to, though, if you make it.
But I think that's kind of the presence that she's playing down low, is when Grace Gronberg did get the ball inside, she didn't even look to shoot. She immediately looked to pass outside the three-point line. Ellis picks up her dribble, but sends it out to Bethel. Bruce fighting inside. It's a travel.
Yeah, I'd like a second look at that. It felt like a lot of contact, of course. Let's get a good look at the Danville Feed and Supply replay. It was a nice slip to the basket. Great athlete is Bruce. And a little bit of a break here for Danville as they forced the 4th turnover here for Fisher Catholic.
Looks like they're pushing up that 2-3 zone just a little bit higher, incentivizing that trap a little bit more. The give and go, Hess in the corner for 3. Offline. Rebound, Fisher Catholic, but fast break pass off the hands of Sydney Ellis. Out of bounds, a 5th turnover now.
Danville's done a decent job at the offensive end, only a couple of giveaways. Just been shooting icy cold so far from the field. One made 2-pointer, one made 3.
And to steal.
A gift here
Ellis, a great jump stop. That's something that we were talking about on the broadcast last night, is those fast break layups are deceptively hard. As Danville scores a 15-footer mid-range jumper, but they're deceptively hard because you have so much speed. That jump stop can be so helpful.
Yeah, particularly off a steal, too, when you're trying to go 100 miles an hour, as that move got a lot of pace to it as well. Bruce heating up with 7 points.
A foul there, taking the ball up court just a bit too aggressive.
It's going to be the first foul here on Fisher Catholic in the second quarter.
Make it 2.
Nobody, though, in any kind of foul trouble, though 2 fouls on Grace Gromberg.
Steps into it. Stotts couldn't get it to go. Nobody gets to the rebound. Possession goes the way of Fisher Catholic.
That's the soft spot of the defense. That's where Danville's getting a lot of their looks right now. They say the mid-range game is dead, Bryce, but the Lady Blue Devils, they're going to have to attack that area tonight, obviously, if they want to have some success.
Really, I think it's the way that they're able to get space right now. They're pushing out on the three-point shooters. They're packing it in inside, but that mid-range jumper has been open for them all night long.
A couple offensive rebounds here, and actually the last 7 rebounds in the game until that one right there for Hess all belong to Fisher Catholic.
And Hess from the wing gets her own 16-footer. Just doesn't fall.
And another quality look here for Danville offensively. You love that from Kylie Hess, being aggressive. Just got to bury it.
They're not going to guard her. Ellis takes the 3. It rewards them this time as she came up with nothing. Now a timeout called. Something that I've noticed is I think that Ellis has been watching film on Hess because she's been stepping into when Hess is driving. I think she knows that Hess loves that crossover to the left hand. She's come up with a steal or 2 earlier, led to a foul, a possession or 2 ago. But a second ago, you know, she jumped for it right away like it was something she recognized. Another look there at the foul, trying to go for that crossover.
I think this is going to be a pivotal stretch of the game right now for Danville. You're already down by a dozen. Last 4 minutes here. Can you battle back, get it to single digits before you head into the half, or will it be a landslide here for the Irish and will they seize control? About to find out.
And a foul is called. No shot, they say.
That's the worst as a shooter right there. You see it go through. It's a good play. You've got the contacts, and it's all for naught.
The stack off the sideline. They'll go ahead and set up that offense. And Ellis takes it all the way, absorbs contact. Really, that's what I like to see, is she knew the contact was coming. She puts the ball up, might as well take it and go to the line for 2.
It's going to be the second free throw of the night here.
Can't get the first free throw. She'll have another shot at things.
Fisher Catholic on the year, 61% as a unit from the free throw line. 176 makes. Empty-handed, though, this trip.
Rebound goes to Addison Mickley. Mickley, 6 foot, able to match up with the size there, and that's the presence of Bruce, just reaching over and ripping that rebound.
Again, slipping off that ball screen, but Danville paying a lot of attention to Bruce anytime she gets down on the block.
She'll step up into it. They gave her about 10 feet of space off the three-point line.
And so far, the Irish not killing them from long range despite all these looks, but they do have the back door wide open.
Battling for the ball. Finally, they call that jump ball.
Yeah, and if you're Sydney Stoke, you're certainly hoping they're going to let that roll out for about another second longer, where she clearly comes away with possession. So Danville, a break. They'll get the basketball back here. And Fisher Catholic still giving them some problems, though. It seems like Danville, this is the spot. They can get that look all day long. They've made 1 out of about 10 looks so far from that painted area.
Definitely. What do you do when the shots just aren't falling? I mean, so, they've able to put the ball in the basket a couple of times, but it's so stressful when you just aren't able to string them together.
Another excellent slip that time by Bruce, and she's got the green light. Backdoor cuts anytime it's available.
And trapped along that sideline. Precious time there. And 5 seconds. The trap worked to perfection. That sideline almost like a third teammate of the Irish.
And I'm really surprised Matt Proper didn't go ahead and take a timeout there. I mean, you can't take him with you into the second half, so save the possession. Instead, we got a football score right here, 21-7. Couple touchdown lead here for Fisher Catholic, and I think it's kind of danger zone now here for Danville.
I think so, especially they talk about how much these middle minutes mean to games, and going into halftime, I mean, there's got to be a lot to talk about if it ends right here.
Yeah, Danville needs to start lighting up that bottleneck scoreboard here.
And the scoreboard actually went out.
So right on cue, you got to light it up, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Danville. We literally have nothing.
And they're going to keep playing even though they have – no, they just noticed, so.
And actually, funny enough, our camera op Colin Crisp and I were talking about this a little bit before the game. I said I had not seen a basketball competition where we had a scoreboard go out. Seen it in football before, but never in hoops, and it would be really tough to try to compete here in basketball, not knowing how much time's on the clock. But we're back, baby.
Minute 22, Hess at the line.
And that's the first free throw attempt tonight for Danville. And that's one thing that they haven't done a good job of. On their dribble drives, they haven't been aggressive and gone right at Bruce. It seems like there's a little bit of an intimidation factor with that 6'3" frame.
And I mean, strategically, like a valid way to attack that is to try and get Bruce in foul trouble. So perhaps that's something they're going to consider going into halftime. Addison Mickley reading that passing lane well. Just sends it inside, but Hess is there. Good heads-up play on the double team to swat it out.
Yeah, Kylie's a solid defender coming in, allowing some help. That's not the girl you want to be open from the corner.
Consistent in range for her. Into steal. Pushing the floor. Pass offline. In numbers they had, but just a bit ahead of the receiver.
First turnover in a while for the Irish, though. They've played some clean basketball, sometimes moving at that top end speed after you get that steal. Get a little ahead of yourself.
And Gronberg is going to attack. She picks up the double team. Proper in the shooter's pocket knocks home the three.
That's one of the best offensive looks Danville's had because they sucked in a couple of defenders to get the perimeter shot that time. And here we go with the steal, trying to go on a 5-0 run to close the frame.
And with 1 second left, she'll heave it overhand, but short it is. So after 2 quarters of play, Fisher Catholic leading this one 24-11 over Danville here at Centerburg High School. Stay with us for the halftime show. Coming up next.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be live and free right here on the OH Report every single night, bringing fans high school sports action straight to your home. The Bottleneck Bar and Grill, family owned and operated with locally sourced produce and cold drinks and a safe, clean, friendly place to be. KB Tire and Auto. Come see us at KB Tire and Auto in Danville for all your automotive needs. The Hangout. Knox Community Hospital, in the community for the community. Danville Feed and Supply, your local source for all of your hardware, lumber, and feed needs. The Killbuck Savings Bank, community banking, it's what we do, it's who we are every single day. Again, thank you to our sponsors for allowing us to be live and free every single night right here on the OH Report. Bryce Carter with the OH Report. We are joining you live for the Hangout halftime show. And after 1 quarter of play, Fisher Catholic is leading this one. Fisher Catholic is leading this one 24-11 over Danville. Now let's take a look at the stats after 1 half of play. So Danville with only 2 field goals, but 2 3-pointers have been really in rhythm for them. 9 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 6 fouls, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. While Fisher Catholic has 7 field goals, they've been really successful in getting the ball inside, getting the ball in the basket. 3 3-pointers, 14 rebounds, their bread and butter, 7 turnovers, 4 fouls, and 1 for 3 from the free throw line. And so competitive matchup so far, but, you know, really Fisher Catholic starting to run away from this. We're starting to be a little bit concerned that this was going to get out of hand, but, of course, Danville able to string together a couple of quick baskets.
Yeah, Bruce was awesome. 9 points in that first half, and I like how she runs through the offense. She's such a dynamic athlete, comes out, lays ball screens. She's got the knowledge base to be able to slip backdoor whenever she feels like it's available. She made a couple of nice catches in the lane to get to the rim, and right now she's been the biggest difference maker. I think, though, her presence more felt on the defensive side of things. She doesn't have a block yet, but Danville, there's an intimidation for them. You can tell they're shooting the mid-range, something that nobody in high school basketball or any level is really doing anymore, and about 90% of their shots are coming from that mid-range where you're probably not practicing that much. It's kind of a 3-and-D, can you get to the lane type of thing. Love to see Danville get a bit more aggressive, certainly off of the dribble drives. Try to attack her. So what if she blocks your shot? Maybe you'll pick up a foul. Might head to the free throw line or draw over the defense. About a minute left there when they did suck in the 2 defenders. They kicked it out to Proper for an open 3. That felt like it was more in rhythm than any possession they had the entire game, where you make the defense flow to you instead of you trying to find the open gaps and then putting up a quick shot. Felt like a lot of the offense was rushed for Danville. Hey, we've got a clean look. Let's go ahead and shoot this thing. Doesn't have to be that way. Fisher Catholic, I don't think, is going to change anything they did defensively because it was so effective, holding a Danville squad that averages more than 50 a game to just 11 points, Bryce. So the chess match. I love the beginning of third quarters. It's always my favorite part of games, and especially at this level in the tournament. You're seeing this team for the first time. You've got minimal knowledge about them in terms of probably breaking down the film. So now you've seen what your team looks like up against the competition. What do you do? How do you adjust? For Coach Proper, there's going to have to be a few levels of adjustments here.
And as a good team, I mean, you have to deal with adversity. So these situations are familiar to good teams. Obviously not the situation they want to be in after 1 half of play, but really just about keeping their head on their shoulders here, keeping calm under pressure. That double team has been so effective against them so far, looking for passing options, and like you said, continuing to push it further and further inside as much as you can. Draw fouls if you have to, but the mid-range, unfortunately, just isn't falling for them. And those good shots that are in system for them, it seems like when it's just too many, you know, over and over and over, and they're not looking inside, those are turning into bad shots, I think.
Quality point right there. One thing that you do like is that it hasn't cost them in terms of turnovers. While it's been a rush, they're getting shot attempts, Danville is, at least offensively. So you're not killing yourself by having careless giveaways that's turning into fast break points. Just 2 fast break points so far in the entire game up to this point, those belonging to Fisher Catholic. So you did some good things. You had nice looks. They're probably just shot attempts that you have not taken that often during the regular season, from spots on the floor that you're not really comfortable catching the ball there. You're used to dribbling to that spot on the hardwood. So Danville, now that they've seen it, again, it's going to be that adjustment process. And what does that look like offensively here in the second half? And you got to imagine on the other side, I mean, it's not just one coach that's going to be making some adjustments. Coach Ben Bethel, as we lose the scoreboard again. he's probably diagnosed a couple of things as well and look for them to be a bit more prepared on the offensive attack. This is a team that shoots it really well as a unit, 32% from long range. That's great for a girls squad. If they're going to continue to give you no defense out there for a couple of these players, I encourage them, guess what? We've got the advantage inside. About half of our rebounds are on the offensive end. Go ahead and keep trying those shots.
And I think the message has also got to be, not so much an adjustment, but, they're getting bailed out with their offensive rebounds. There are a lot of shots that they want to make, easy shots that's in range for them within like 5 feet of the basket that just haven't fallen. Like I said, they've been able to get the offensive rebounds to give themselves second and third opportunities, but they'd like to fall the first time for them.
And they're going to get the basketball first here. Danville looked a lot more comfortable when they were playing half-court man-to-man defense. That's how they'll start. And again, a lot of attention going to be applied to Bruce. Anytime she catches it in the middle of the floor, Danville does their job, forces them to give it up. And this is what we saw in the first half. They're going to continue to sag.
It looked like for a second there they were dedicating 2 whole players just to stay on Bruce.
Do you blame them?
Right. And a 3 right off the inbound pass. That's Vonnie Bethel.
Yeah, this kid's a player. I mean, you see what Vonnie was able to do so far on the season. Leading scorer on the team, tied with Bruce at 17.3. And she can shoot it from long range, as she just showcased right there. 4th triple for Fisher Catholic. That's a pretty up and under move. You like that from Stotts.
Reverse layup, you always love to see it. They gave her the space and challenged her, and she took the challenge and managed to get the ball in the basket. Now they're still going to give her space. She'll dribble it around. She's not quite sure what to do with that space.
And that's a weird spot sometimes that Sydney Ellis is in right here. You've seen it even at the NBA level. I remember watching a game where they were allowing Russell Westbrook to shoot any 3 he wanted, and it made him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to be able to step up and knock down the shot, but for Danville, this is something that you cannot allow to happen. Yeah. You need to come out. You got to pressure. The more seconds to come off the clock, the worse your chances are of making a comeback.
Now the pressure is on, but they're going to continue to give them that 3-point line.
And I don't have her season stats in terms of what she did as a 3-point shooter in the regular season. But every now and again, you got to catch that with some confidence and just know you're going to let it rip. A lot of time coming off here on this possession, right around a minute.
I wonder if it is what they're trying to do and not taking those 3-point shots, just trying to take time off the clock.
Well, it certainly benefits them with this big lead. They've got Danville doubled up right now.
Drawing the double team Hess from behind, but she shakes it. Smith forces the jump ball. Aggressive, active hands. A bit of a risky play there.
But you like it. Obviously, you're down. No fouls yet here in the quarter. You got to start getting uber aggressive on the defensive side of things if you're Danville. Probably start trapping here earlier than you normally would.
Now the foul called. Another look at that one on the rebounding battle. It's a bit too much contact.
And you see just how tough it is to dribble inside and try to score with the 6'3" girl. That's why if you are going to try to get it, you got to go all the way to the bucket.
Travel called. Just doesn't get the ball on the ground in time. Takes that step a bit too early. Looks like it was knocked out of her hands there.
And back-to-back turnovers now for Fisher Catholic. So for Danville, you got to start capitalizing. That one's not even close, though. But how about Hess fighting to keep the possession alive? Well, for a moment.
Still fighting, and Hess will pick up the foul there. It's only Hess's first. Really, Gronberg was really the only person who had significant amount of fouls with 3, and so I kind of like the aggression, the active hands, and trying to get in there and force turnovers.
Nice catch inside, triple team though. Danville swarms. Doesn't resist the offensive rebound.
Seen that curl into the corner, and there it is. Ellis just backs it back out. Bethel for 3.
Forget about it. That's her second one here in the third quarter. She's starting to heat up 9 points now. And that's one girl that you've got to hedge out on the screen.
And Stotts with the 8-foot jump shot, couldn't get it. The fast break.
Little rush inside for Bruce that time.
Now they say she stepped on the line, so Fisher Catholic will take over.
And that's 3 turnovers now for Coach Proper's team here in the frame, so they're going to call a timeout. 8-2 they trail here in this quarter.
Another look at that 3 ball, and I mean, obviously they're good shooters who can shoot the ball off of the pass, but the ability to take it off the dribble is something that you don't typically see too often in the younger player who can create those opportunities for themselves. That's exactly what she did. That moving jump shot, just steps right into it off the 2 dribbles. She saw the space that was created by the slip screen. She took it.
Yeah, pretty offense, and she's a very effective offensive player. Been a weapon for him all season. And starting to find her rhythm a little bit here. So with Bruce scoreless in the third quarter, their other superstars stepping up. And when you got a 1-2 punch like that, that's usually how it goes. One player will start to get into a flow, turn it over, allow the other girl to start getting her points.
We'll really see, I think, kind of how the streaks of each other feed off of each other all season long. They've been able to link up, and especially late here in the season, they know each other so well. They know their style of play. Another 3. Close,
and a solid box out here. Yeah, this is going to be a foul trying to go through the back that time on Brooklyn Carter working inside. First foul against Fisher Catholic here in the second half.
Smith on the point, sends it to Hess, who sends it to Mickley. Kickball.
Excellent flash down there and an even better pass. Just, you got to make that catch.
Looks like she went up with the shot before she caught it. It's like in baseball where you don't get the glove down. You try to make the play before it happens. And not a good pass. Danville takes over with the steal, and a foul is called. This one will go against Ava Albert. So the second team foul for Fisher Catholic, 3 for Danville in the quarter.
Both teams have turned it over 4 times now in the third after having relatively clean first halves.
Mickley tries the 3. She needed that one. She's been trying all night long. Finally got a good one.
Yeah, second time we've seen Proper drop a bomb, and that felt very reminiscent of her first three in that second quarter when they got the good ball movement, and there's a nice hustle play. Doesn't necessarily show up on the stats sheet, but that can change things. Down by 14, trying to inch their way back into this.
Up to that high post and right back out to Hess. Talk about these three-point shots changing the pace of this game. I think that Danville finally sees light at the end of the tunnel of this drought.
6-0 run off back-to-back makes here for the Blue Devils, and now defensively, look, a little bit more pep in their step as Kylie Hess steps in.
That's another steal. Flying in for the layup, puts it up. Suddenly, it's a single-digit lead for Fisher Catholic. This Danville crowd is erupting. Timeout called.
Let's check out that last Kylie Hess breakaway. Turning defense into offense. And at the end of the night, a lot of times, if you're able to have those transition buckets, if you can be somewhere around the 10-point range, those are the game busters and things that can really open things up. The three-point shot did that for them, elevated their confidence, allowed Kylie to have just that little extra boost of energy, and she's always bringing the juice, able to get end-to-end. I mean, most of her points on the night have came in the last 15 seconds.
Well, I mean, the level of focus that's required on the fast break shot with a man in your face, and they're contesting it. You got to put it right against the perfect spot against the backboard to get that thing to go in. Really got to be focused from start to finish of that shot, and that's what she was.
So for Fisher Catholic, you want to come out, get in one of your favorite half-court sets, stop the bleeding, push this thing back out to double figures. Got the exact opposite mindset here. If you're Danville, you're like, we need an avalanche. Got to keep it rolling.
And Hess with active hands.
Yeah, tough break that time for Danville. Kylie was able to get a paw on it. It came loose. Just ran out of real estate. And I think it's a wise decision here to put Kylie Hess out on Sydney Ellis, who not looking for her own shot. Allow her to be kind of free-flowing.
With the feed inside, Bruce picks up the contact. She'll go to the line for two. Chance to make this a double-digit game once again. Can't get the first. Perhaps that's the strategy for Danville right now, is no easy shots, make her earn it at the line. That one bricks off the rim.
So you come up empty-handed here if you're the Irish, and for Danville, that's, boy, definitely not what you wanted. Coming back the other way, and it goes down as turnover number 5 in the quarter.
Feeds it inside, Mickley. And at 6 foot, Mickley is of formidable size to guard Bruce. Falling away. Offensive rebound. Bruce gets another one. Can't come up with it. Lepley pushing the floor, picks up the contact.
That's a wise foul probably by Fisher Catholic, as you saw Jalen Smith breaking away ahead of the pack. In the NBA, sometimes they'll call that as an intentional foul.
And as someone who's so used to scoring as Bruce, it almost looked like that shot was almost out of frustration, falling away, not necessarily in her wheelhouse. Now Mickley, a great backdoor, and the foul.
And a lot of life being shown now by Danville. Their fan section, of course, going gorillas over on the far sideline as they feel the wave of momentum. They're on top of it. They want to ride this thing into the fourth quarter. This can make it just a 2-score game.
The free throw. Is that a lane violation? No basket. Huh.
I think they were calling that on the shooter that time, Addison Mickley. So it will wipe a point off the board. And now the Irish, if they can, hang on to it for the final shot here of the frame.
So much pressure. High up the floor. Now with 10 seconds left, working around that three-point line. Ellis crosses over, passes it off. Snoke gets the buzzer beater. And after 3 quarters of play, Fisher Catholic is leading this one over Danville 32-23 after a Danville spurt. Stay with us for fourth quarter action coming up next.
Hi, I'm OH.REPORT founder Brian Skowronski, and you are just watching live and free girls high school hoops exclusively on the OH Report. But stick around, the halftime show is next, including stats, analysis, and so much more, including the second half on the way.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health
Fourth quarter action live and free right here on the OH Report. Fisher Catholic leading this one 32-23 over Danville Blue Devils. Now going to the line for 2 is Bruce, perhaps a bit of hack-a-shack.
Fisher Catholic has not shot it well from the free throw line tonight. 1 make in 5 attempts, but that'll help the average. Bruce had missed her last couple and won't get the soft top here.
Good shooter's touch on that, but couldn't get the lid off the basket.
Low scoring game. This is tournament district style of basketball. We've seen these teams so far in the postseason. 59 points per game for Fisher Catholic. We've seen very similar for Danville. Things grind down a little bit more when you start getting to these rounds.
And Proper, a long 3.
You know, not very many rebounds in that last quarter because there were so many turnovers. And
now
going right back to the free throw line.
Should go to the line for 2. Second team foul of the quarter for Danville already. Off the rim, off the backboard. Gets the free throw.
And offensively for the Irish so far here in the fourth quarter, they've had 2 possessions. Each of their top scorers and seniors getting looks, drawing fouls on Danville. They're off to a nice start.
Now into that corner, they love to work off the wings.
sixth turnover for the Blue Devils here in the second half. And that one, it was kind of telegraphed a little bit, Mickley, after she picked up her bounce.
Bruce tries the three. Yeah, and, you know, it was a turnover, so not a great result to the possession for Danville. There's a jump ball here. But what I like about it is that Mickley didn't immediately send it back out. It looked like she was willing to go at Bruce a little bit, try and take it up, but just couldn't find an angle.
Every possession so critical now for Danville with the score differential being the way it is, getting short on time. A couple buckets here in the next couple possessions could be huge, and that'll help. Nice take. Oh,
Hess couldn't get it to go.
Normally so strong when she's able to get in that tight. Just a fourth rebound here in the second half, though, for the Irish.
Oh, and a good turn on the dime from Bethel. Would have been a tough shot if it went. And Proper.
And she's a deadly shooter. Anytime she can catch and shoot like that in rhythm, we've seen all three of her bombs now as she enters into the double-digit category have come from shots just like that one. Being prepared, sitting down in the triple threat position and just letting it fly, not thinking about it. 3 triples made tonight by that senior. Do want to say what's up to everybody out there watching live and free tonight here from Centerburg High School. Winner moving on to face the winner in another game that we have going on live and free right now. Newark Catholic battling Mount Gilead. Will we get a KMAC team there? That's the question, Bryce.
I mean, that's really incredible that the KMAC teams have been able to battle.
Yeah, the Lady Trojans who call this place home, still participating, of course.
Oh, Kayla Larimore, she's good. We were able to cover them last night at Westerville North, familiar to us, but new to them.
And beat another KMAC team.
Yeah.
So a good chunk of the conference making it here to the district round. As that one shakes loose for an offensive board. Volleyball action. Lead to the hoop.
Just ping-ponging around, but finally able to get it inside and gets a good look, steps into a layup. And now Proper, she's not going to let him go down without a fight.
Yeah, she's filling it at this point, so if she gets a good look, you gotta let the first team all KMAC selection go to work.
Gronberg isolated against Bruce, plays excellent defense, forces the missed shot.
Look at Ella, thought about it from there.
Oh, and off the foot of Bethel.
Yeah, probably should have been a kick ball. So that's a tough break for Danville as it's their 8th turnover of the second half, 13th overall. And now they pick up the 3rd foul.
I think that's their 5th and final. It is.
You're absolutely right. So Grace Gronberg is going to be gone.
On that one, obviously, the idea is to keep the big out of the post, but just a bit too aggressive, pushing with the arms. A little bit of a forearm shiver in the back.
So for Danville, you're starting to get to about that point in the game where you got to start selling out, fire all over the floor. Almost a perfect possession for them if they can just secure that defensive board.
Timeout called. This one by Fisher Catholic. So another look at that 3 from Proper, and I mean, it was roped. That was going in from the second it left her fingertips. So what was a lead almost to 20 is now down to 8. Danville battling back. Whole bunch of three-pointers that got them back into this one. They've been fighting. I mean, seemed like a lot of folks were kind of losing touch at the end of the half there, not necessarily as invested, but they came out swinging.
Love the fight that we saw from Danville. And we talked about it in the pregame. There's just too many seniors on this team, too much passion for the sport. Coach's kid out there, she's having a phenomenal second half. 14 points now, leads all scorers for Miss Proper. So you knew that they weren't going to go down and get blown out here in this game. But now that you've gotten this close here, Bryce, you got to get a stop here. A stop and a score can change the entire complexion of things. But for the Irish on the other side, obviously if you can run some clock, get a clean look, you're looking for just layups or getting fouls and shooting some free throws at this point.
Just waiting for a good shot. And they can get one. No real rush, but pressure is on from Danville. The give and go, Bruce.
Yeah, Vonnie and Ellie, I love that. Isolate those two on one side of the floor, couple of ball screens, and they'll figure it out.
Proper, this one offline. Perhaps a bit of a heat check there.
And that's not really Proper's shot, like I was talking about a little while ago. She likes to catch it and be ready to shoot.
Bethel from 17 feet off the back iron.
So Danville's got to come away with some points on this possession or it might be lights out.
Proper rejected. And Smith the steal. Mickley picked up on the mismatch.
There it is.
Front iron, but Hackman gets hit. Gillum will pick up the foul, the 5'10" junior forward.
And that's just the first foul on the Irish here in the fourth quarter, so they're a long ways from putting Danville in the bonus. And nobody on their squad in danger, no foul trouble.
Now Mickley, mid-range jumper, bounces around but can't get it to go. Inside of 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
And if you can get the ball out of Vonnie's hands, allow anybody else to try to make a move. Danville picking up their final foul to give, though.
Perhaps beneficial for them. You know, we've seen situations where we've only had 1 or 2 fouls going in these last few minutes, and they spend a good 30, 45 seconds just trying to get to that bonus to get them to shoot free throws.
Backdoor cut by Bethel. And now for Danville, you might want to start thinking about trying to make this a free throw shooting contest.
But they force a turnover. Hackman is all alone. And a timeout is called.
Yeah, absolutely best case scenario right there for Danville. Get the theft, cash it in for some easy one. Not a lot of time coming off the clock. Back down to an 8-point game. But now you have got to sell out defensively. Give it your all. Try to get a steal. At least 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, Bryce. And then I start fouling and force a Fisher Catholic team that so far on the night, they've been to the free throw line 8. They've only made half of them. Have them prove it down the stretch that they're clutch and they can put this game away.
I mean, especially if they're only making half of their free throws. With 3 balls, you can easily get back into it if they maintain that free throw shooting standard that they've set so far this game. Obviously, they have the shooters in Hess and Proper who can get the job done for them, but it's just a question of how many times can they do it down the floor.
Ella Proper's been great offensively here in the second half. She's over her season average. Kylie has very quiet tonight. She's sitting on 6 points. That's about half what we're used to seeing from her. And this treacherous now for Danville. Did not get what they were wanting. And in my opinion, I do think you got to foul now. You got to foul this young lady right here. Don't want to put Bethel on the line.
Just trying to. Oh, but a travel.
What do I know? Just let Sydney Ellis dribble into a bad situation, and then it'll go down as the 7th turnover here in the second half.
I think on that one, they were just trying to catch up to the ball handler to actually foul her, and they got lucky on the travel.
Let's see who they're trying to free up here. They're going to go to Mickley on the block. Boy, that's tough head-to-head with Bruce.
Slowing things down. Jada Dixon gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. That one going against Jalen Smith. Smith's 3rd. She gets the 1st. Chance to make it double digits again. She does. All the way up the floor. Smith is wide open, but can't get the layup inside of 30 seconds.
And I think Danville sees the writing on the wall. Those last 2 misses, absolutely killer for them.
And this Fisher Catholic crowd is on their feet.
Valiant effort for the Lady Blue Devils, but the Irish, one of the top teams in the state, about to punch their ticket to the district finals.
And so with time expiring now, Fisher Catholic wins this one 41-31 over the Danville Blue Devils. Stay with us for the MVP interview and the post-game show coming up next.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, the Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
We own 42 acres. I love open farmland. But I know that Mount Vernon's ready to change. I think our country is ready for more electricity.
And they're furnishing the bill. And plus they're paying us to do it.
The county's going to get some funds, fire departments into the school system.
We'd be making a mistake if we don't take advantage of this.
So it's a win-win for Mount Vernon.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be live and free every single night right here on the OH Report. I'd like to thank the Bottleneck Bar and Grill, family owned and operated with locally sourced produce and cold drinks and a safe, clean, friendly place to be. KB Tire and Auto. Come see us at KB Tire and Auto in Danville for all your automotive needs. The Hangout. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. Danville Feed and Supply, your local source for all of your hardware, lumber, and feed needs. Killbuck Savings Bank, community banking. It's what we do, it's who we are every single day. Again, thank you to our sponsors who will allow us to be live and free right here on the OH Report.
We are back now with our K&B Tire and Auto Most Valuable Player. We've got Ellie Bruce hanging out with us after a win and moving on to the district championship. So let's just begin with the satisfaction. Making the tournament run, 3-0 so far here during your guys' tournament journey, and just how good that feels.
It's really exciting knowing that this is a year that we know we can really go far, and it's just coming into play. All of our hard work this season is getting put to work.
You were a big factor offensively in the first half, especially here tonight. Just talk about your feel for the game, and especially the two-lady game that you had going on with Vonnie when you set those ball screens. It just seems like you really know when to slip to the basket, and then if you can make the catch on the block, I mean, you're pretty much lights out.
Yeah, definitely. We've been playing together for a good bit now, all 4 years together, and just knowing it's not just us. We have the whole team behind us, so we don't feel too much pressure going out there, knowing we have to have our a good game if we want to keep going far. But yeah, having the whole team behind us is really nice.
Your biggest impact, most definitely on the defensive end of things here tonight. You made Danville uncomfortable the entire course of the action. So just tell me about your presence that you bring in there. It never felt like you were overextending, and just how you feel like the game came to you defensively.
Definitely I've had to work a lot over the past 4 years of just knowing to stay straight up and not swing. That's definitely been a weakness in the past, of just wanting to get that block and swing real quick, just get it out of there. But no, learning to stay straight up has definitely been a big aspect of my game, and learning to not swing.
You're a senior, quite a few seniors on this roster. How have things felt a little bit different making this tournament run, knowing that if you lose, obviously it's all over, and then, I mean, so much greatness can come if you keep this continued journey going? Yeah,
it definitely feels a lot more personal this year. We've been to the district finals all 4 years of my high school career, but this one feels a little different, knowing after this I'm done with playing with these girls and I'm done with high school ball.
Well, it's going to be a familiar opponent, Newark Catholic, a winner tonight, so you get another shot at them, a team that just barely edged you early on in the regular season. What do you remember about that game?
Definitely was a tough game. I think we know what we need to do to win this next one, but I'm excited for it.
All right, congratulations on being our MVP.
Thank you.
If you want to give any shout-outs, now's your time.
Just the whole team, all the girls, always being there for me, behind, having my back, knowing we would not be here without everyone on this team.
All right, Ellie Bruce, your K&B Tire MVP. Thanks so much for the time.
From primary care to orthopedics, women's health to pain management, The Knox Community Hospital Centerburg Health and Wellness Center provides excellent care for virtually all your family's healthcare needs. Comprehensive lab services are also offered at our state-of-the-art facility. Podiatry and surgical consultations too. The Centerburg Health and Wellness Center. It's a world of great care right around the corner.
We own 42 acres. I love open farmland. But I know that Mount Vernon's ready to change. I think our country is ready for more electricity.
And they're furnishing the bill. And plus they're paying us to do it.
The county's going to get some funds, fire departments into the school system.
We'd be making a mistake if we don't take advantage of this.
So it's a win-win for Mount Vernon.
Bryce Cutter with the OH Report, joined by Brian Skowronski on color commentary. Taking a look here at our post-game show. Fisher Catholic picking up the big win here, 41-31 over Danville. Hard-fought battle. Both teams getting in a lot of good shots, a lot of good runs, but Fisher Catholic ultimately the one coming up with this victory. Now let's take a look at final stats. Danville with 5 field goals, 6 3-pointers, 15 rebounds, 13 turnovers, 11 fouls, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Fisher Catholic with 10 field goals, 5 3-pointers, 23 rebounds, 14 turnovers, 6 fouls, and 6 for 10 from the free throw line. So getting a look at those stats, you can really get a sense of how both teams approach this game. Fisher Catholic trying to pound the ball inside, get it to their star center, while Danville really focusing on that three-pointer, their bread and butter that pulled them out of that really big deficit. Got a lot of good runs going on that, but unfortunately it wasn't enough.
And it wasn't even so much that Danville was looking for the three-pointer, it's just that that's what they were making. The mid-range jumpers for them, I think they only knocked down one of those throughout the entire course of the night. And first half, that's all that was being laid out on the table. They just weren't able to feast off of the looks that they were presented with. And Ellie Bruce, our MVP of the night, she was a big reason for it. Her size, I mean, even for some dudes, she's tall, she's lanky. It's going to give you some problems if you try to go in her paint. She had a couple of block shots, but she did an excellent job of just standing her ground, walling up. She mentioned it to me in the interview as well. She learned you don't got to swipe down on people, not when you're 6'2" and you got Gumby limbs. Just go straight up and you're going to be able to be a game impactor. That's what she was here tonight. So I thought that the combination of Bethel and she out on the perimeter, that 1-2 game, they started finding that when they really needed it. And that's what seniors do. They've been to the district championship 4 straight years, and it looked like a team that's played a lot of playoff basketball.
A quick look over at the bracket, Division 4 Central 1 region here in. So Fisher Catholic picking up the win. They're going to move on to face Newark Catholic. They picked up the win over Mount Gilead on our other network there.
And that's a team who's still undefeated, ranked number 3 in the state. So for Mount Gilead, they had to go on the road twice, make 2 big-time upset victories just to get into the round of districts. So I do want to applaud Coach Vuk and his staff for making that run again to the district round. They just ran into one of the best teams, you know, maybe one of the favorites to win the entire thing. And I think it's going to be interesting when Fisher Catholic matches up with them again for the second time. Lost by 4 when they met. It was in like the second week of the season. Both of these teams have really matured, and they've been playing some unbelievable basketball. When you look at the run that they're on now, winners of 15 of their last 16. So you could see this team potentially having the capability to get past a Green Wave squad. But that is going to wrap up our coverage here from Centerburg. We always like to thank our generous sponsors for combining to bring you live and free coverage here from the heart of Ohio. So let's throw out some shout outs. one last time to our good friends at the Bottleneck Bar and Grill. Thank you, Carrie Beck, for always supporting us here on the OH Report. A new sponsor today, KB Tire and Auto. I'm sure they would love to see a Danville player as the MVP, but nevertheless, we're happy to have them on board. The Hangout, some of the best wings that you can possibly find in the entire state of Ohio, and right there in Danville. Can't get enough of those. Knox Community Hospital, one of our favorite supporters, as is Killbuck Savings Bank, and Danville Feed and Supply. For Bryce Coder, our play-by-play, and Colin Crisp, who ran a crispy camera tonight, I am Brian Skowronski, thanking you for watching, and make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We'll have 2 more live streams for you guys, and then when we start getting into the weekend, it is jam-packed. We are setting a record this week on the OH Report. 32 games are going to be covered. Keep it locked in. We are the future of local sports. But so long for now.